What do you mean?
I don't know, but we are now recording. What is up, everybody? It's Holy 618. I'm here with my buddy AJ, and welcome to the podcast versus everything, episode 3, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I've lost count already. It's
Yeah.
it's gonna be a short video today, well, short in the relative sense because we kind of had some scheduling conflicts plus other crap that happened, so it's gonna be short. But we've got some good stuff for you, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be short because it's currently like 10 till midnight on a Sunday, and I got work tomorrow. And AJ's got whatever he's got to do. I don't know.
Well, I went to my girlfriend's college graduation. Of course, she went home for the weekend, so...
yeah, I actually didn't make it home. I feel bad.
Oh, you didn't?
No, my sleep schedule got really fucked up. For some reason, I decided to stay up really late Friday night and fell asleep, woke up Saturday at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So the one reason that I was going to go home would not happen because the bank was closed already.
Yeah.
And then, it's like everything just went haphazard from there. So that kind of didn't happen. I'm going to have to contact my parents probably sometime tomorrow. Go, hey, is there any way we can like meet up sometime this week? I don't know, meet like halfway at like Effingham or something and take these checks.
Maybe just mail them to them.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing. Go to like Staples or something after work. Buy some envelopes, buy some stamps, and just go, hey, Mom, Dad, can you put this in my account? They're going to flip shit when they realize I have 3 paychecks just waiting. Yeah. But I'm just glad I haven't run out of money yet.
Oh, yeah. That's what saving and thinking ahead does to you. You kind of have that flexibility.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. So, yeah, you went to graduation for your girlfriend. How'd that go?
First of all, we got there at 11:30. Hang on. We left here at 11:30, got there at 12:30. It didn't start till 2. There was already a sea of people just hanging out of the front.
Yep.
Just oozing out of the Civic Center.
Yep. Okay. Sounds typical.
Normal. Yeah. So it's a nice day. I mean, it was a wonderful day for the first time in about a week or 2 weeks or so. It was just glorious.
Yep.
And then we get in there and it's ice cold. Just absolutely just freezing, and it wound up warming up once everybody packed in like sardines. Some of the people, we ran across our, and I kind of basically live tweeted it to Wooly, except
well, more like
Skype.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the 4th dean in 5 years for
the business school.
Our business school.
Yep.
I erroneously said 5, but I think or 3, but I think we've had a 4th because we had the original dean, then he quit or retired. And I think we had somebody else, then they retired.
Yeah.
And we had the marketing professor.
Yeah, here's the way I remember it going. We had the original dean, they left for whatever reason. We had interim dean for a semester. Then the management professor, one of the management professors went in as dean. She got a new position at a different school.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I forget which school. It's like a really, really small school, but it was like a really like high up position. So I can understand why she left. And then who took over for? Then I don't know who took over for her. But now we got one of the international business professor.
Which hearing him speak was just amazing. Trying to pronounce some of these names. Because some of these names were even hard for me. And somebody he's a very good English-speaking professor, I'll say that for somebody. But some weird words he kind of struggles with. And he did struggle a couple times. And some of these I would probably struggle with too.
Right.
But and I mean, some of these are really weird, and I'm trying to find one, and it's.
Oh, you have to program with you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
see.
Oh yeah. There's like I have to deal with weird names all the time with the job I'm in, just because it is with one of the a big university, so you get a
Yeah.
lot of international students, and I have to deal with them quite a bit.
Okay. Okay. Here's one. I'm not going to say the last name, but the first name's so common that it doesn't matter. He got the last name perfect. He screwed up on Alexander.
Okay, wait a minute. He did fine on the last name, which must be a weird last name. You might want to type it to me just so I can figure out what it was. But how the hell do you mess up Alexander? How? Like, honestly. AJ's typing, He's got to be like,
hold on. I got to make sure that I have it typed right, because this thing could be the greatest thing. This thing could be a nightmare if you were on the Wheel of Fortune right now with all the vowels.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just to give people an idea, we won't say the name just because reasons. Yeah. But that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7 vowels.
7 vowels, and there's like, what, 15, 16 letters in there?
Yes, and the vowels are evenly spaced, so it's all weird.
Yeah, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant. Good God.
Wow. But he messed up on the Alexander. But, I'll give him credit. He got the last name down right, and of course, you have to, every semester, you have to go in and say, "Yeah, here's my pronunciation."
Yeah.
Because I kind of had to do that because my last name tends to be for whatever reason. It's clear, it's plain as day.
Yeah.
But people mess it up. I was actually surprised that they spelled it right.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. I'm surprised whenever they made my degree that they did not mess up my last name. Because I've seen like 7 or 8 different versions of my last name.
Same here.
And they all have a likely chance of being used. Even to this day, with people that I know and have known me for a while, they will fuck it up.
I almost messed it up once, but I fixed it. Hold on. I gotta Kobe this. Kobe! Oh! Airball.
Dude. You should have used the corner shot glitch. we'll get to that in a second. That's a little foreshadowing later on in the show.
Yeah, but anyway, back to the graduation story. It was all right. I mean, granted, I was sitting in the bleachers, and my ass and back hurt so bad by the end of it that I was so glad when I stood up. But my problem is I'm a guy, so I'm man spread, in the normal way. But unfortunately for me, the row in front of me was sitting with a person at each knee instead of one directly in front of me. So I had no wiggle room to move my legs. So I was either forced to spread too wide,
or crush your balls.
Yeah, I was about to say that exact phrase. I was going to crush my balls and be uncomfortable the whole time. So guess what I did?
Okay, what?
I decided to go with, instead of, doing one or the other, or instead of doing one and the other, I just decided just spread my legs out as wide as I possibly could. Just that way it wouldn't touch anybody, because, of course, that happened anyway, because it's bleachers, and those bleachers are so freaking narrow. I'm used to my high school's bleachers, those were pretty good, but...
Okay, so here's a question. How the fuck did they get to a point where they were like, where the row in front of you was off, it wasn't directly in front of you? How would they offset her?
Multiple reasons. First of all, as people started coming in, they started to packing more and more. And then my girlfriend's mom and grandma and aunt and everybody. She had literally a cheering section all to herself. They all had to go to the bathroom at various points, and so I moved either left or right or the other. So I wound up misplaced, and they wound up misplaced, and so I was stuck either crushing the nuts or man-spreading so far and wide that everybody would get offended within a 15-mile radius of me. And so I wound up being a conservatively man-spreading person. I had the ceremony thing in front of my nuts. That way nobody could say, all these nuts. I know, rip headphone users, but
Yep.
that's pretty much what would happen.
Yep.
We all know it.
Oh, yeah.
But let's see. As I was live Skyping this to Wooly, I'm like, oh, hey, look, I see one of our most favorite professors on the planet. And then I proceeded that with, lol, no.
No. This is our auditing professor who we talked about in previous episodes.
Yeah.
He's not, to say favorite is a stretch.
Yeah.
Of the imagination.
We wound up. I didn't talk to him, fortunately, because I was nowhere near him and I didn't care to be.
Do you think he even really remembered who you were?
Oh, probably not. He's so old. I'm surprised he was even there to remember when his wife, because his wife also works there, and she actually retired. I'm gonna kind of switch this real quick. She was actually retiring, and at first I'm like, well, she's not with him, so either she's going to be up on the stage as the
as a speaker of some sort.
As a speaker or a dean or something. But then I looked and I noticed that our actually one of my personal favorite professors, who happened to be the international business professor, he wound up getting up on stage and being the dean. So I'm like, this is odd. And then I wound up finding out eventually because they introduced her and whatnot. She didn't speak, fortunately, but she is retired officially.
Yeah. Plus, I bet they wouldn't be sitting next to each other anyway, just because she has to be with all the professors. Anyway. Yeah,
that's true. And since he's not a professor anymore. Yeah, he got a pretty good seat. I mean, he was right on the edge there.
Well, of course. Your wife's retiring. You got to get a good seat.
Let's see. I met one of the doctors that my dad used to work with, and that was kind of nice seeing him. Mm-hmm. Saw some of our favorite professors, like our accounting professor that was there from the beginning, unfortunately, not the other one, not the fun one.
My advisor?
Yeah, our advisor.
Our advisor, yep.
And then our favorite finance professor, who would bang her head on the wall every time we got our question wrong. I saw her. I really wanted to go up and talk to her, but it would kind of be weird in the middle of the ceremony to just walk up and say, "Hey, yeah, hey."
That's why you try to do it after.
I couldn't find her.
You couldn't find.
There was such a mass, just a mass of people. It was a blob of people that we pretty much just went, all right, let's go. Let's go to Texas Roadhouse.
Yep.
Which that was delicious.
Hey, Texas Roadhouse is pretty good. We are not sponsored by Texas Roadhouse. Outback, if you want to give us some money, we will gladly say Texas Roadhouse is a piece of shit.
But, I went there for her graduation. And, of course, as I say, anytime you get free food, you just can't turn it down unless you're absolutely full already.
Yeah.
So, her dad offered to buy him, like, fuck yeah, I'm going.
And even if you are full, you just get a box and put it in there.
Hell yeah.
Duh.
Of course, her grandmother, who was about 10 years older than dirt. Well, no, actually, no, she's not old. She just looks old for some reason. And that's because of some weird things. But anyway, she she ordered the chicken fried rice.
Right.
Or not chicken. Wow, I'm horrible.
Chicken
today.
fried
chicken
rice.
steak. Hold
Chicken
on,
fried steak.
Yes, that's it. God dang.
I was like, wait, chicken fried rice. That's a new one.
Yeah, that would be good. That'd actually be pretty good right now. But anyway, I'm thinking Chinese because somebody in my another friend had Chinese for dinner and I got that mixed up. But anyway,
Yeah.
that frickin' chicken fried steak is huge. Like it's just massive.
Do you
I couldn't
realize?
believe it.
Do you realize you just said Hugh?
Yes, Hueg, huge. It's so big that you have to misspell the word while speaking it.
Yep.
I swear I saw one of our classmates there. I swear to God I did. Unfortunately, it was just a look-alike, a doppelganger, if you will. But I hoped it was because it was, it was my favorite finance companion. Amazon. There you go. There's a hint for you. You
Amazon.
called her Amazon at one point.
Oh.
It starts with an M.
Oh, yeah, I know. Hold on. I'm going to type it. I don't want to say her name.
MK. MK are the initials.
MK. That ain't it, is it?
No, that is
the other
not
one?
it. It's the other one.
Shit.
Do you not know her name?
Oh, wait. That's her name,
There
right?
you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh God. Yeah. That girl was tall. Like
She was 6'0", damn near, and her calves were massive. Jesus Christ, her calves were bigger than her thighs.
Well, let's see. She played basketball or volleyball? Volleyball. Well, of course, you have to jump. You're gonna have some big ass calves. I'm just saying. But she was cute though.
Woo! Cute ain't the word for it. God dang.
There.
Of course, half of our, pretty much everybody there had some, was pretty damn.
Yeah, that is
was
true.
At least pretty damn.
Pretty damn cute, yeah.
But then whenever the short feisty one, whenever she and I moved, because we all went for an extra semester, she and I and other, yes, that. I learned more about her in ways that I don't want to know.
Wait.
Not in the dirty sense, but in
attitude sense.
No, well, yeah, attitude. Yeah,
Like,
I'm having to take my dad to the hospital, and she's like, "Well, I don't care." You fuck. Well, it wasn't anything major at that time, so I'm like, I can use this as an excuse to not do anything. Of course, I had the easiest sections, and I did all my stuff ahead of time, unlike the other two people that we had. But I got one of the worst peer grades of the group because fuck it. But I didn't care.
Yeah, because you're a commuter. That didn't help you any.
Oh, it didn't help at all.
Yeah. So.
But she also delved in the herbage.
Smart
a lot
every day.
Yeah, she apparently her boyfriend, his brother, is in Colorado making a killing off of herbage.
Yeah. I love how you're just centering yourself to say herbage when you can't just say pot, weed, or the sticky icky. Well, wait, is that even a term?
Well, now it is. Well,
you can tell I don't smoke.
Well, or it could
I just
be,
want to point that out, everybody. You can tell I don't smoke pot. If that is not a term,
sticky icky sounds really weird, especially if you apply it to the wrong sense, because some people might think of that as sexual.
I thought of that as soon as I said it. That's why I kind of started to backtrack.
Yeah, so while I want to try my best Hank Hill impersonation with this, while I learned about her marijuana, oh no. Okay, we're good. We are about had a spill there.
Random moments.
My soda about fell over again, and I cleaned my fucking desk. That's the weird thing. I cleaned off my entire desk because it was a complete mess. Yep. And I still almost spilled my soda everywhere. But anyway, yeah, she was just kind of a royal.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah, yeah. Not to mention, she just kind of didn't care. I mean, she was gonna get married soon to this weirdo, and
Yeah.
I'm like, your attractiveness value went dead south. After
Yeah, what girls let me just
bitchiness was the big thing with me.
Yeah, girls, here's a tip for you. You can have, the perfect skin, the best tits, the best ass.
I mean, she was about as close to a 10 out of 10 on my radar that I think I've ever seen. But her
Yeah.
just personality made me want to just vomit.
Yeah, but you may have a 10 out of 10 body that any guy would bang any day of the week. But if you have a shit personality that is a 0 out of 10, girl, you're falling down the ladder. I'm just saying.
Hashtag life lessons.
Hashtag for reals. Hashtag,
Yeah.
hashtag what the fuck Wooly.
Yeah, but wow. I thought she was there because I thought she was handing out. And I was about half tempted to jump out of my seat and go talk to her, but then I realized that it wasn't her. I'm like, okay. It's good that I just stayed here in my seat. It's a good thing that I didn't move my ass. I'm glad, because that would have been awkward. So I would have walked up, saw her name tag, go, oh, she probably thinks I just watched her. Never mind. But
wow. Okay.
I mean, if it was, Jesus Christ, but that was not her.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah, I
man.
got to see her graduate. It was 2 hours and 30 minutes that I'll never get back. The guest speaker that they brought to talk about the fact that you're all God's gift to the earth and whatever. Yeah, she's been all over the world. Went to Ethiopia for a mission there or whatever, and she went here and there and everywhere. And how she, is in Georgia or whatever, and that's fine. But whenever you talk for 30 minutes in a commencement speech, everybody kind of claps just because they want you off the stage.
Yeah.
They're just like, yeah, shut up. And then whenever they're finished talking, it's, oh my God, finally, clap, 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 clap.
Yep.
I mean, granted, yeah, it's nice, that she wants to give all of her experiences, but woo.
Yeah, but seriously, okay, if you're what is it about college graduations that it takes for fucking forever?
I know all people care about. I mean, this would be my perfect graduation. Hi, welcome to insert college here. My name is President blah blah blah. All right, here's the names of all the people that are getting diplomas today. Turn your tassels over. We're done. And you got to close the book really loud. You got to get like the big ass book that we got for accounting and just slam it closed.
Yep. I still have one of those, several of those books actually, because the bookstore would not take them back, bastards.
Well, not to mention, I had a bigger book at one point because I was stupid and I bought all my books before class started. I'm like, optional, yeah, add it, even though it's like $300. Oh, but it's not. But you don't have to have it. What?
It's like, oh, we'll never use it. What?
And it was in my favorite class ever, and you can tell that I'm not being sarcastic because I'm saying that it's not. Because it was obviously my favorite class because every time this certain professor would leave the room, I always thought that he was just jerking it in the back. Especially after we watched this video that I'll explain in a second, but it's my favorite class, Biology of Birds.
Oh,
and that professor, I swear to God, whenever we watched a bird mating video, he excused himself, and I swear to God he was pounding it.
Pounding it.
Yeah, that...
Oh, God. So I never took Biology of Birds.
I envy you.
I knew that was an option, and I knew that was a very popular option, but I didn't have to take it. Because I did, World Health, and, what was the other one? Oh,
Trust me, you saved a bullet to the head, because I took it with this, a nice guy that turned out that he wanted to be a rapper or whatever.
Oh God.
But you know, he was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, he every time he'd do something weird, we just kind of stare at each other and smile and laugh because that was the only way we were getting through that class. I'm sorry, that was the weirdest class I've ever seen. Not to mention we had to go around campus once a week or twice a week, I can't remember, and look at bird carcasses around campus.
Particularly at that building, because that building had all the bird carcasses next to it.
Yeah, because there was nothing but glass.
Yeah, so what happens? Bird flies, thinks he's got open path, boom.
Wham! Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh,
Geez.
but that was a nightmare, and I barely passed that. I think, yeah, I wound up getting a D in that because towards the end, I'm just like,
Fuck it.
yeah, I just want to pass the class, and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, you could do extra credit? Why? Name this bird. The first bird was a freaking mourning dove, and I'm like, "There's no way it is. There's no way that the first one would be this easy. I'm gonna put something completely different and wrong." Shit. That final did not go well. I passed, so I'm happy with that. Not to mention it was a requirement to graduate, so I didn't care. Just passing a science.
Yeah, science course.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Wow. But
wow.
Otherwise, the ceremony went well. Everybody had a good time. She's happy she graduated and is now part of the alumni that we are part of, that we're now ashamed of. But in the previous episode, you'll figure that one out.
Yeah,
or mildly ashamed of, at least.
Yeah, if you go back to the previous episode, you'll hear my little rant. So.
Yeah.
Or more like our little rant, because, and I don't even want to say little, because we talked about that for like half hour, 40 minutes. It was nuts.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, check that out. Of course, half the people here are like, this is like the smallest video. Well, it's probably going to wind up being 3 hours, because knowing us, we're windbags. We'll just keep talking all day, but... hey, at least, somebody will look at this and say, yeah, I want to check out that other one. Oh, that's what he said. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, do we want to get into our topics?
Yeah. This brain fart of a topic.
We did not do our normal, let's keep an eye on the news and write down stuff.
This week was horrible for both of us.
Yeah.
My sleep schedule got so messed up that I could literally not pay attention to anything. I couldn't even cut the grass when the day I was supposed to. So now I've got to do that tomorrow because the grass is almost up to my hip.
Oh.
I'm exaggerating. It has been up to my hip before.
Now that's a redneck right there.
Well, it also doesn't help that the stupid people that own this house before us decided to put lateral lines, which are kind of illegal now, into our property, and they just leak out and it creates supergrass. But anyway, this topic is a brain fart.
That's what Notch versus Feminist. Oh God.
Yeah.
Do you want me to take this one, or do you?
I'll lead off with it, and then I'll let you smash them down. Minecraft creator Notch, otherwise known as Marcus Persson.
I don't know. Everyone knows him as Notch. He's known worldwide as Notch. Let's just keep it
Notch. Yeah, so Notch responded to a feminist tweet that started civil, and then he wound up dropping the "See you next Tuesday" later on down the road.
Wait! Did you just come out with an acronym for the word?
That's one of the most. That's the best acronym that I've ever heard. See you next Tuesday.
I've never heard that one before, but I'll go with it.
There you go. It. So yeah, he broke that out all over this one word, and this one word is mansplaining. Now, whenever Wooly presented it to me, at first I thought he said man splaying or whatever the hell they call spreading, man spreading. I thought he said man spreading.
Well, it's
like,
kind of they're in the same family.
Yeah, they're in the same family, but I had to get him to reiterate what he said, and then he linked this, and then he linked the whole chain, and I about had a brain aneurysm trying to understand all of this.
Yeah.
Basically, like I said, he starts out very civil and professional, and then just after a while, he just gets fed up and drops the "see you next Tuesday." So, Wooly, what do you think?
Okay, first off, the terms that I keep seeing from Internet Feminist, and okay, first I'm going to apologize to anybody who listens to our podcast that thinks that we're now men's rights activists, because we've talked about feminism in a negative light for the past 3 or 4 shows that we've done.
Well, because we're talking about
shit keeps happening.
Well, yeah, we're talking about extremist feminisms, the type of people that want to chop penises off and just want to blow us completely out of the equation and have a women-controlled environment. Now, people like, I think it's Emma Watson, the
Harry Potter.
She's very, like, she's the feminist that we all believe should be.
She's the moderate.
Yeah. She wants equality for all, which we all can get on board with.
And then there's people like Christina Hoff Sommers, who's from the American Enterprise Institute, who's very professional and uses studies and statistics and all that to try to explain the world as it is, and doesn't do the whole hype and hysteria bullshit that a lot of feminists seem to do nowadays, particularly third and fourth wave.
Well, I don't think we're exactly targeting feminism.
We're targeting the extreme forms.
It's just kind of like everybody talking about ISIS.
Yeah.
And I know everybody's going to say, oh my God, feminists plus equals ISIS. No, that's not what I mean. I'm saying, like, it's talking about feminists like this is equated to, like, the extremists. It's the extreme form of everything. Like, ISIS is the extreme form of the Muslim community.
Yeah.
They don't represent the whole, but they're a subsection that is completely and utterly just... Yeah.
They may be like the 1 or 2% of it, but it's...
Exactly.
But they do, like... They got, like, 90% of the attention, you know?
Yeah. Well, hey, if this bumps up views just from my stupid thing that I said, then hey, here you go. Of course, I said earlier that I voted Trump, so I mean, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. But anyway.
No, sorry, I didn't exactly say that, but it's implied.
Yeah, but let's see. Back on topic before we go on a totally another fucking tangent.
No, we're still in the
yeah, we're still in the ballpark. We kind of went out, towards the foul line, but we're still there. But
well, let me read the original tweet that he replied. Wow.
Wow. New words. AJ-isms. There we go.
You don't know half of it. Like, I think one of my big ones is there are 2 different of the same lights.
Mm-hmm.
Something that sounds all right, like 2 different of the same lights.
Yeah.
But it doesn't come out right. But anyway,
right.
The original tweet.
Here, I'll read the original tweets from someone by the name of Jennifer at Gaohmee. Gaohmee, something like that. She says, let me make one thing perfectly clear. Mansplaining is a funny, but actually quite problematic and real issue. It silences women. And Notch apparently saw this and started saying, no, mansplaining is a sexist term designed to silence men via gender shaming.
So basically what he's doing with this tweet, and I can see it here, he is turning the tables on them by using their own words against them, because gender shaming is something that they would normally say.
Yeah, it's definitely...
Or blank shaming.
Yeah, any sort of shaming. Like, to be honest, like, terms like mansplaining, misogynist, those kind of words are thrown at people to silence them. It is literally trying to censor people with those words.
Yeah, because if you keep talking, then you're automatically a misogynist.
You're a sexist pig. You are, you are trying to keep the patriarchy, blah, 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 bullshit. But
And
here's the tweet that got me kind of over the edge here.
Oh yeah, this is the one that gave me the aneurysm.
Yeah, this is not in the article that we're reading off of. This is actually from the actual Twitter timeline chain. For some other feminist or
Player
Twitter
3,
user,
we'll say.
Player 3, reply saying reverse sexism isn't a thing, just like reverse racism isn't a thing. You can't oppress or silence the majority in power. Okay. Okay. Let me break this down.
Yeah, you break it down because I'll have an aneurysm trying to do that, and I'll say more words like whatever the hell I said earlier.
Yeah, okay. So here's the thing. The reverse blank thing I can understand because it's not reverse sexism, it is sexism. It doesn't matter if you are being sexist towards a man or sexist towards a woman.
Or even transgender.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
It is sexism. Just like, if a black person is racist to a white guy or a white guy is racist to a black guy, it is racism. But
everybody's okay with Chinese racism? Like, come on.
Well, you get the point.
Yeah.
You get the point. There's no, you can't say that one way is racism, the other way is reverse racism. They're both racism.
Yeah, it's like saying one counts and one doesn't. I mean, that's a double standard that nobody. Well, the one side that actually gets something from the double standard is going to say, well, yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah. But the other side's going to feel like they're shut out.
Yeah. But the part that bothers me about this is that second sentence. You can't oppress or silence the majority in power.
You absolutely
Bullshit.
Yes, you absolutely can oppress or silence the majority.
Yeah, honestly, it's I don't know how in our society how sexism and racism had to involve power, because if you go and look in a dictionary, it's just about sexism is only about judging somebody based on their gender, and racism judging somebody based on the color of their skin.
Hold on. I have a rebuttal to this tweet. How many women are, on average, are on the world compared to men? Like, isn't it like a 51 to 49% split, or is it like a 55 women to 45 male, or something like that?
I don't even know.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up real quick.
No, to global statistics. Yeah. Who knows? I'm gonna guess it's probably the farthest split. I'm gonna guess it's probably like a 52-48 split. That would be my guess, but...
Thank you. Apparently, the sex ratio in humans is approximately 1-to-1. The sex ratio at birth worldwide is commonly thought to be 107 boys to 100 girls. Wow. Huh. But that's apparently debatable in the scientific community. Right. For the entire world population, it's 101 males to 100 females. Anyway, wow. You're saying that there's a majority when it's a complete, almost equal
it's
balance.
It's almost a tie. I mean, for all we know, there could be more girls now. When was that study? How long ago was that?
I pulled that from Wikipedia.
Wikipedia? So there's no way to tell. But
this one's from the CIA fact book.
Okay.
Which I've had to use for international business every now and then.
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah, it's almost a 1-to-1 ratio, 101 males to 100 females.
Yeah. I mean, and who knows, that could change rapidly from year to year, decade to decade. But let's just assume, because those numbers are so close, that you might as well call it 50-50. I mean, I don't see, the majority, that argument does not add up to me.
Unless you're talking about more males in power versus females in power, but then it becomes your word against his sort of thing, which is the whole damn argument to begin with.
Yeah.
It's just that your word doesn't matter compared to mine, because mine, I can shut you down by saying words.
Yeah. I like Notch's reply to that tweet, though, because it says, it's impossible to assume negative things about a man because of his gender. Oh, he's questioning her on this whole sexism thing, because he knows the definition real well. He is using this as he's saying, look, you're saying it's not possible to be sexist towards men, but these are the type of people that will say that men are destroying the world.
Hold on, I got a face test. Hang on. I'm pulling a.
You're pulling you're pulling our professor. Yeah.
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 Okay.
I get it.
Another thing that I'm going to say against these extreme feminists, and that's what I'm going to start calling them, is extremist feminisms or extremist feminists.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard to say, and I'm going to botch it up.
Yep. You sexist pig. How could you fuck up the word feminism? You horrible patriarchal. Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm.
Oh God.
Hold on. I'm trying to think of the word, but I can't think of it. So I'm not
don't dig yourself in anything, bro.
I was going to say patriotic, but okay, that works.
Patriotic. God
but the male system. Anyway, why is it that extremist feminists, they use words like, they use big words like nothing, like the next tweet by the player 3. Individual prejudice exists, but so does systemic bias and discrimination. You can't pretend they're equal. Systemic. For somebody that's got a 3rd grade education like myself, what does that mean?
Basically, what that's supposed to mean is that there is some sort of
relating to a system, especially as opposed to a particular part. So basically, the whole system.
Yeah, so basically in this case there's societal like forces that come into play and make everything totally unequal. And I just hit my just hit my pop filter. I apologize for that. But
so I want you to say the next thing from Notch, like his rebuttal to that. And then I'm going to read the next one in a special voice.
Oh,
because this next one really kind of brings out my 3rd grade education. So give Notch's response to that.
Okay, so he says, I'm saying a term like mansplaining is sexist. If you've redefined that word, use whatever word you want. Uh-oh.
Here we go. It's a pejorative neologism for obtuse and arrogant male arguments, often. I'm going British.
Wait, a British redneck?
I guess so. Often on gender. Homonyms do suck, though.
Ad homonyms?
Yeah, however the hell you pronounce that. I intentionally messed that up.
Yeah.
Because I've got a 3rd grade education. I'm from the South. Hee-haw. But
meanwhile, somehow you got a college degree. Okay.
Yeah, how come I have to look up half of these words? I can throw out big words. Rhubarb. I win.
Oh, God. We didn't get Donald Trump on this because he knows a lot of words. He has the best words.
Like wall.
I'm gonna build a wall. Oh God.
And then Trump's painters in Decatur will paint that wall. And that's an actual business too.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, I've actually seen those signs while we were there. Yeah, I was like, there's no way that he's related to that business.
No, he's not.
I know, but that would be hilarious if he was in the painting business.
But anyway, it's a pejorative neologism for obtuse and arrogant male arguments, often on gender. Ad hominems do suck, though. So pejorative. I gotta go back to the
dictionary.
Pejorative, because I misspelled it. Expressing contempt or disapproval. Why didn't you just say it's a... Hold on.
Neologism.
Oh my God, what do I have to do?
Worse.
A newly coined word or expression. So okay. It's a hateful word for obtuse and arrogant male arguments, often on gender. So basically, it's a negative word. You could have just said that. It's a negative word for...
It's a new negative word, yeah.
Yes,
like,
that's all you could have said.
He said. That is what he said, too. He's saying a term like mansplaining is sexist. Sexist is negative.
Yes, but player 3 decides on... reminder that player 1, the person that initially started this argument, has not come into this argument at all.
Yeah.
Like, there's none.
Nothing.
But player 3 has taken it and just fucked it.
Yep.
Oh, but that no.
Now it could be a different
explained.
chain. I'm going to look at this original person, but okay.
What? 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 I face palmed so hard that my microphone went into my mouth. I apologize.
Oh God. What else is in your mouth? God
You don't
damn.
want to know.
Oh God. Okay, so
Are you seeing the same tweet that I'm seeing?
which one?
It's player 3 going back to this and saying, "I'm sorry that the creation of new words and phrases upsets you. You should look into going back to Old English, spelled OLDE." No, it's the fact that you're using just these ridiculous words that I have to look them up because I've got a third grade education.
Yeah, and
How
it's
am
not
I
just the
supposed
fact.
to understand this.
It's not just the fact that they're using like new terminology. I don't think they. What?
This guy just made my day with this counter a rebuttal.
Okay.
Randomly picking words off the day. Randomly picking words of the day from dictionary.com does not make you smarter.
Oh wow.
Well, that's kind of true because
where is that? I want to see this tweet.
Here I will I don't know why.
Link the actual tweet.
Hold on, I gotta find it again.
Yeah, find it and then the ... I want to see this. I gotta see this because this sounds like something I would pull, or that we would pull actually, if we had enough.
Copy link to.
Yep. And then it'll pop up a link, and then you copy and paste it into the Skype chat. But yeah, I want to see this tweet. This sounds like something that.
Hold a minute. Copy link to tweet.
No, not copy. Yeah, copy link to tweet, and then it will pop up a link.
And then just copy it instead of sharing it.
Right.
And then delete that.
Yeah, exit out of that, and then just
here.
Go ham in the Skype chat. There you go.
I can do words.
Wow. Okay. Yep.
But
I'm gonna say save Connor. You the real MVP.
Yes, he definitely is. That's an excellent rebuttal. But the fact that, and also he adds another thing too. At Exploded, Connor says, "I guess feminists enjoy being quote oppressed because that's all they can talk about with any solutions." And once again, he's saying these extremist feminists.
Yeah, I mean, you just look like feminism on the internet, especially the ones that seem to be getting the most the most eyes on them. It's all about, oh, look at me, I'm being oppressed, I'm being this, bitch. Shut the fuck up. No one is oppressing you. And the thing is, it's like, they go after people, like, with some ill intent, and then whenever the other person fights back, that's when they start playing victim. It's not like you could be a strong, independent woman and be a feminist. It's like you have to be a victim.
Okay, here's another one that I don't understand. The last sentence, ad hominems do suck, though. Where does that come in? Ad hominem, for people that don't know, I had to look it up too, is of an argument or reaction that is directed against a person rather than the position that they are maintaining. So basically, it's a direct attack to a person. Now, I have not seen any direct attack to anybody, but... No. And this is where he starts getting confused, because he's like, I think a reason that you get upset with me is that you've redefined your dictionary so much you can't understand me. That's the trigger point right here. We have reached the point of the triggering for player 3. We have gone, and now, unfortunately, he was hooked and baited into this whenever he started to talk about this, but then he hit the trigger point, and player 3 went off. I'm not having and the quote is, "I'm not upset with you. I'm having a discussion with you. I'm not having trouble understanding you. You're assuming a lot."
Yeah.
And then, of course, he's like, "Well, how the turn tables. Turns out I was not understanding you."
I like if you
Because-
click on the like more replies or whatever. There's a person. I'm gonna guess it's a woman just because the avatar looks like it's female, and the actual Twitter handle is like a female name. But she goes, "I see what you did there. Well done, sir."
Yeah.
So she got the joke there, and after looking at it, I was like, "Yeah, that's a joke."
Yeah.
Because typically it's how the tables have turned instead of
Yeah.
turntables. I thought he was talking about rapping for a second because the turntables are the
Yeah, it just goes right back around the circle.
Yep.
That's the joke. I like that.
Yeah.
I never even got it because I wasn't half-ass paying attention. But then, love how none of the hangers-on are favoriting this one. Haha. Thanks for the upstanding responses. And of course, this person, this ordinary gamer person, I'm understanding her. When she's sexist, it's isolated, and when you're sexist, it's part of a machine against women. What? What?
That's how they do it. That is actually
Yes.
how they go about it. Look, feminists, I'm going to say it right now. If you want guys to get on your side,
You're literally becoming PETA right now. Somebody that's so out there that nobody's getting on board with what you have to offer. You're literally the thing that you're trying to contribute to is actually being hurt, or the movement is being hurt by you being involved like this.
yeah, every movement has this, all right?
Yeah.
Now,
Wall Street, Occupy Wall Street had this, and then it turned into a gigantic clusterfuck. This feminism like this and sexism and all this other crap is turning into this.
yeah. I mean, if we want to get a more controversial gaming related, Gamergate originally was just discussing, ethics and journalism, and then all of a sudden turned into a clusterfuck because, you can't control hashtags on Twitter.
Basically, if we can give a moral here, stop turning things into clusterfucks, you stupid idiots.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But like I don't know, this whole like feminism instead of like bringing people together, it's just tearing people apart. Kind of like how like Black Lives Matter, and this is probably getting too deep in the rabbit hole, but Black Lives Matter is a kind of similar thing with race relations.
Yeah, like it started out as a legitimate thing. Like I completely agreed, because with their original point of view, like there was a feeling that there was too many, African American young kids that were getting shot, and that's all that was covered on the thing. Right. But then it turned into this mess where you can't say anything else because we created the name, we created Black Lives Matter. Nobody else can use anything else.
Right, and it's
and they're using the same tactics.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, these groups who are distinctly liberal, let's be honest, they are kind of liberal in their views.
That kind of ain't the word for it.
They're extremely liberal in their views. They band together for no apparent reason other than, like, just to be able to band together and, like, I don't know, make a stronger group. But anyway, like, Black Lives Matter, I mean, Black Lives Matter has had some really stupid shit within it.
Yeah.
It seems like every other week you hear these stories, like Missouri, that was a big one with that professor, that tried to stop student-ran press. There was, I think, an incident over at Yale or Harvard.
Over the fact that they just put a very small, not even that much of a, what was it, a corkboard of Blue Lives Matter that they took down.
Well, that's another one, but like, I heard a story. It's like one of the Ivy League schools, a Black Lives Matter group went into a library while kids are studying and just went up to white people and start calling them racist for no reason whatsoever.
What is that? How is that racist? Like, how is sitting there doing homework or reading racist?
Because they're white? I don't know.
I can't control the color of my skin just about as much as anybody else can control the color of their skin. It's the actions that cause you to be racist.
Yeah,
I'm not racist for being white. I'm racist because I'm a jackass.
Exactly. I mean, whatever happened to judging people on the content of their character?
That went out the window right off the bat.
sorry, Martin Luther King Jr., but nobody's taking your advice anymore, unfortunately.
Well,
which is sad.
Unfortunately, a lot of people are taking Malcolm X's route. Violence is the answer. But
yeah. Oh god. Okay, hold on. Now that I think about it, you just reminded me. Did you see? I think it was like Tuesday. Google had what was her name? Shit. But Google paid tribute to a what was it? What do they call him? Civil rights activist.
yeah.
They paid tribute to her. Oh, I have got to figure out what her name was. Oh, Yuri Kochiyama. And I am going to copy and link this name to you in the Skype chat.
I found it.
Yeah. So apparently, since you said Malcolm X, this is Yuri Kochiyama was a human rights activist and it was one of the people that got put in internment camps during World War II.
Mm-hmm. Which, to be fair, that was a bad idea.
That was a very bad idea. But Google put her, because you know how Google likes to change the logo whenever you go on Google. Yeah. But she was being represented in that logo Monday or Tuesday, and whenever I had no clue who this woman was.
Oh no, I'm looking at all of the titles. Oh my god, that's what happened.
What?
Oh, Google, for instance, this title: Google honors Bin Laden supporter with Google Doodle.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Apparently, she admired Bin Laden. She was a Marxist. She supported Mao.
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X. Yeah, Mao, the Chinese dictator.
Yeah.
She is very socialist communist kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that whole thing kind of went.
Yeah, no
pun intended, because she is Japanese American.
Oh no! Oh.
Lord, I apologize.
Oh no, that's so terrible.
We are gonna get letters, or I'm gonna get letters, but yeah.
Oh boy. I'm sorry, but that's past the 10-year thing, 10-year thing or whatever it is that it has to be until things become funny.
Yeah, that's well past it.
Yeah, that's well past it. So
yeah, but it's still terrible nonetheless.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I start reading about her. I was like, why the fuck is Google honoring her? I mean, she said she openly admitted to admiring Bin Laden after 9/11. She was a Marxist. She, took the views of Malcolm X and was Maoism and.
I think what they were trying to go for, because she converted to Islam, they want to provide, and not to mention, since she was one of the few non-black supporters of Malcolm X and the original African American movement to free them from segregation and all this other crap.
Right.
I think that's what they were trying to go for, to go after the positives.
Yeah, not to mention, I guess the day before she actually died. So.
Yeah, she died June 1st of 2014. So.
Oh wait, so she's been dead for a while. Okay.
It was only 2 years.
Yeah, so, but still, why would they do a duel for now? Her birthday, maybe.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, but I mean, it just seems to me that's kind of not the way you want to go.
Not to mention, in a 2003 interview, she says, "quote I consider Osama bin Laden." Wow.
Wow.
Osama bin Laden is one of the people that I admire. To me, he is in the category of Malcolm X, Che Guevara, I think, the Cuban guy.
He's either the Cuban guy or Venezuelan.
Patrice Lumumba, Congo Prime Minister, and Fidel Castro. I think Islam for Bin Laden. America's greed, aggressiveness, and self-righteous arrogance must be stopped. War and weaponry must be abolished. Now,
Yeah.
if you said war's bad, okay, that's something we can get behind because we don't like war anymore.
Right.
We stopped liking war a while ago,
Uh-huh.
especially after the Vietnam crisis and well, the
Right.
cluster. It was a cluster. We all can agree on that.
Yep.
Even Korea to an extent was just a massive cluster. But to say that you're the country, now I get it. She's probably got a chip on her, or she probably had a chip on her shoulder because
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
we kind of imprisoned her, and that was the worst thing we could have done. I agree with that.
right.
But whenever you, let's see, she was imprisoned for her participation in the 1979 prison escape of Asada Shakur, the 1981 Brinks robbery, and the 1983 U.S. Senate bombing. What?
Yeah. It. At some point, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, Google? Like, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably found a little bit of a better person to
Yeah.
honor there,
Yeah.
but
And she's kind of one of the Malcolm X supporters that I don't think actually converted the way Malcolm X did. Because Malcolm X, right before he was assassinated, was going from the violent protest to the more peaceful protest.
yeah, he
Because
actually said that he did. If I recall, he said that he regretted that starting
yeah,
a violent movement.
yeah, and that was all because he took the pilgrimage to Mecca, which is if you are of Islamic faith, that's kind of one of the things you should do.
Yeah, that's like the top thing,
Yeah, that's
top
one.
bucket list thing.
Yeah, it's like it's a pilgrimage that if you can do it, that you should do it. That's
Yeah,
kind of their view on it. And that's when he realized that, it's not just, black Islamic people.
and
There's
that's another thing
white.
too.
Yeah.
I can understand where the Islamic faith is coming from with this, to have a pilgrimage and to kind of look at your roots and all that stuff, or look at least the roots um,
Of the
of the religion
religion.
that you're in, because I think we all need to take a step back sometimes and wonder if what we're doing is actually the right thing. Because like all this nonsensical violence
Yeah.
and all this stuff isn't helping matters much at all. And as a matter of fact, all it's doing is hurting your chances, unless you do a complete rebellious wipeout, which is going to be impossible,
Right.
because we did it before where we tried to, completely break off because of separating ideals. And guess what happened? The South got their ass kicked.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's going to happen if we have a massive war between basically the United States and what will practically be either Islamic or African Americans. It's just going to turn into it's just going to be a bad thing, uh, because one side's completely underpowered and the other side's just going to basically say no. But we just got to take a step back sometimes.
Yeah. But like he took a step back and it's like, you know what?
And he realized the error of his ways.
Yeah, and unfortunately, because the way that the group he was a part of reacted to
They
him,
thought it was
betrayal,
heresy.
and
Yeah.
they kind of went boom boom on him. And I guess this Yuri Kochiyama was actually one of the people that was with him whenever he was killed.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So yeah, so that was a pretty
how do
good
we get
catch.
from Notch versus feminism to fucking Yuri Kochiyama?
I don't know. Listen to the last 25 minutes and you'll find out. But anyway, to go back to to Notch's
Notch.
whole thing, he basically starts saying stuff and then he drops the "see you next Tuesday" and
Yeah,
that's about it.
yeah, yeah. That seems to be the thing that the articles that we were finding, were really focusing on. It's not like they like went through all the tweets. They just found the ones like the first tweet in this
They were
article.
looking. They were looking for trigger words like that. Now,
Yeah.
20 hours ago, he sent a. Oh God.
Oh no.
He says in 20 hours ago, and I'll do the one that I laughed at. he tweeted 20 hours ago, yes, I 100% think women and men should have equal worth and should be treated as such. So basically, he's on board with the idea. He just doesn't like these extremist people getting in the way. And then, of course, he says earlier, stop hashtag see you next Tuesday fussing the issue by dismissing my words with a derogatory term.
Okay, so, he replaces the con and confusing with the derogatory term?
Yes.
But, yeah.
That's kind of on the edge of that.
Okay,
but
have you looked through his Twitter and seen the tweet that was a couple afterwards? Whoops!
I'm going to go drink. I'm going to drink some man coffee and wait for this to die down.
He gave zero fucks. I love this. He gave zero fucks. He's a billionaire. Made one of the most popular games ever.
Yes, one of the best indie games ever. I mean, this is on par with Call of Duty, and it's still replayable to this day. I mean, heck, I still play it from time to time.
Oh yeah. He sold into Microsoft for millions upon millions of dollars. I mean,
he sold it for like an instant. He became an instant billionaire almost.
Yeah,
partied almost all of it away. But I don't know. You'll have to link me to a story of him blowing it all away. But I haven't seen that. He blew it all away, but he blew a significant chunk of it because.
Yeah, I think that he's still set for life.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's blown it on. I don't think he's.
Maybe they give him a severance check or something for X amount of dollars every year. So
yeah, I don't think he's used it all on hookers and blow. I mean,
even though that'd be one way to go.
Yeah, that'd be a hell of a way to go. But yeah, I think he kind of proves something about like just this whole fight that's
pointless.
Yeah, it's pointless.
Well, I guess the feminist fight in general isn't necessarily pointless, but it's the extremism that's the pointless part.
Yeah, it's just like, look, I want words like mansplaining to go. I want this stuff to go. Look, women, you have equal opportunities in the West. If you want feminists, if you want to make good use out of your movement, go to the Middle East. Jesus, the women there need your help more than they need your help here.
Africa, they need your help too. Everybody needs it.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you live in the Western world, you're probably doing okay, no matter what gender you are.
In terms of worldwide stuff, but like,
yeah, I mean,
if you think about
there may be like itsy bitsy little shit, which is what we keep seeing.
But in the grand scheme of things, they're just bitching because they can.
Yeah, but for women in like Iraq or women in Central Africa or women, wherever.
There are women out there that don't think that having sex leads to kids. Or that don't think that. They just think that it just happens.
Yeah. There are women out there that have to go through genital mutilation. Because if they don't, then they'll be seen as impure and they will never get a husband who will support them. That's kind of like the extremes that we're dealing with. We have air conditioning is sexist because women get too cold and men don't in the office.
Or
versus getting your shit cut up down there and sewn up because the men there need the penetration to like rip your shit apart to prove that you're pure.
Way to go with that too. That's a way to make them uncomfortable. Well, go for it. It's true.
I mean, you were in the class with me when we talked about this,
and it was uncomfortable then, and it was uncomfortable now.
But that's the thing. That's the real world we live in.
That's the world we live in. Exactly.
Yeah.
But another thing too. It's so. It's getting to the point where we're not looking at the world on a whole, because as even one of our probably most favorite, and that's being honest, not what's the word?
Favorite.
Or one of our favorite professors of all time.
Right.
She actually said, like, knowledge is power at one point, And that's true. If you give women the power of knowledge, they can make the decisions for themselves,
Right.
and it turns into a better life for everybody that way. Well, I guess less for the men, but it evens things out
Yeah.
because one side
I would not say it's less for the men. I think it just lifts women up to the level.
Oh, I mean, like
It lifts
they don't
society
have the
as a whole.
control. It limits their control, which is at that point it's almost needed in the Middle East and whatnot.
Yeah. For that area, yeah. For the West, it was probably not so much.
I mean, let's face it, we're pretty much equal as is.
Yeah. Are there differences? Sure. But it's not like because you have certain problems that guys don't either. Trust me, I think that if we were to sit down and talk about it on a stream or on a podcast, we could probably go quite a while about problems that men have that women don't.
Yeah, like for instance, feminism, the extremist feminism. But that's a big problem. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, that's a problem for everybody because women hate it, men hate it. There's a lot of people that hate it from every aspect of life. So.
May 18th. Not sent out this quote or this tweet responding to this person. Person asks, "Why, Notch? Why are you always rude?" Because misspelling. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "I'm not, but I get way more retweets when I am, so it gets more exposure and encourages me to continue."
Yeah.
And then he responds again because people apparently thought that was ridiculous. But he's like, "I was replying to a question about why I'm always rude. I think it's interesting because I mostly just try to be funny." Yeah. And then he follows it up by saying that he bought a 13 by 13 by 13 cube. Help.
Wait, he bought a 13 by 13 by 13 cube? Oh. Yeah, I found the tweet you're talking about. I would have solved that 13 by 13 by 13 cube.
And I want to see you do it because I can do
it too.
This kid, freaking, one of the days I was over at his apartment, he just whips out this freaking Rubik's cube and starts playing it, or it starts solving it, and I'm sitting here like, I put two reds together. There might be three on the other side, but as soon as I get this, as soon as I line up these three reds, that three black is going to go.
Yeah.
And yellows, forget about it.
Yeah, like,
and he could solve this thing in under 6 minutes.
Which one are you talking about? The 3x3 I've been known to solve in under a minute. Like within 30 to 40 seconds.
I know, and then it makes my brain burst because I can't figure it out,
Yeah, and then let's see. I had a 4x4, which takes a little bit longer. 5x5 takes for fucking ever, comparatively. It's maybe 40 minutes, but it's it takes a while.
Wow.
I have a 7x7 somewhere.
What?
Yeah, I think it's actually in my car. If I were to run out and grab it, but yeah, we don't have time for that in the show.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, we don't have any more time for this thing. We got to go to the next one.
Yeah. Final thoughts on Notch versus feminism.
This is a thing that just got blown way out of proportion by player 3. I think she was looking to pick a fight and she got it and she couldn't handle it. Yeah. And then he's in the wrong for dropping the "see you next Tuesday," but at this point in time, it's all just a big clusterfuck to begin with. So I mean, at this point, nobody's right.
Yeah.
I would just honestly, and even if I commend him for trying to talk through this, because if you stop, then he'd automatically he'd be part of the majority of men that are being shut out by all this.
Yeah.
But by saying something, he fell into their trap.
Yeah. Notch, just from me to you, buddy, even though we've never talked, I've played your game a little bit, but not too much.
He can buy your opinion, though. I think that's kind of true.
Kind of true, yeah. But listen, you went a little too far with using that C word, all right? But for the stuff that you said prior to that, as far as, talking about mansplaining being the sexist term, and as far as, all the other stuff and hanging in there and, having, being civil for the good part of it.
Why is there a band called "See You Next Tuesday"? Why?
Did you literally just look that up?
Yes.
But that's before that drop of the word. You get the applause. You're the real MVP. But then you lost your MVP title to say it. See you next Tuesday. But all right, shall we? Here, you want me to go on to this next topic?
Yeah,
because I'm actually very familiar with this. So
go on ahead.
YouTube Content ID, another one bites the dust for it. All right, so apparently, Family Guy, in an episode they aired last week, used footage of a video game called Double Dribble. Very old school game. It has a very well known glitch to it, where if you shoot a 3-point shot from the corner, it's an automatic shot. It just boom, boom, you can't miss it. It's a programming glitch. And remember, this is back in the day before patches were a thing. Like, we're talking like, what, 80s, early 90s at the latest? But this was a thing. Apparently, some are claiming that they took the footage from YouTube, and whenever they uploaded
I'm sorry, hang on.
What are you
looking at a book cover that just has the word with a flower next to it? Why am I doing this?
AJ's broken. We're going to need a new co-host. AJ got broke by a book. That's why you don't read, kids. You get broken.
Yeah. I gotta get off Wikipedia. I gotta do it. Oh, okay. Goodness.
So so Family Guy airs this episode, and then they go to YouTube and upload it and put it in their copyright system and whatnot. When they did this, the channel, I guess there was a gaming channel by the name of Switched, spelled Switch, but the I is a 1 because internet. I guess he had his video taken down of the double dribble automatic shot from the NES. I guess he had a video of it showing it, and supposedly Family Guy took that and used it as part of their episode. But anyway, once the episode of Family Guy came up, Switch got hit with a copyright strike from Fox because the Content ID system matched the footage and immediately blocked the video because of copyright issues. I don't know exactly what the update is on that. I do know that kind of came up, towards the early to mid part of the week.
This article's from May 21st, so it was a couple days ago.
Yeah. But,
Saturday.
So here, I actually got the video, some updates at the bottom of the article from torrentfreak.com. According to one of the updates, the video has been restored. Fox came out and made a comment. The video in question was removed as a result of Fox's routine efforts to protect its television show, Family Guy, from privacy. As soon as we became aware of the circumstances, the content was restored. Then there was a YouTube user by the name of Hamza that informed Torrent Freak that a clip he recorded of the game Tecmo Bowl was also used in the same Family Guy episode. It too was taken down and later restored. So this is obviously an issue with the Content ID system, and this could happen to any of us, really. I know Family Guy has used Call of Duty in the past.
Oh, I love that episode.
Yeah.
Because I do that stuff all the time. I just throw a grenade at a car and then blow it up.
Yeah, so that could have easily done the same thing to multiple Call of Duty YouTubers.
Not to mention, this is 2 strikes against for 2 different people.
Yeah. And this is a problem that is with the Content ID system. It's like, oh god, another YouTuber complained about Content ID. Well, this is a problem because the thing is, it's like the YouTube Content ID system assumes guilty before proven innocent, instead of innocent until proven guilty. And to be quite honest, I don't know, like, to me, both videos from the episode and from the YouTube post seem to be all within the realm of fair use. They were used in a sort of in a transformative work. One was showing off a glitch. The other one was, being used as a comedy bit. And I mean, to me, if the content ID system can fuck this up, just imagine if like any other TV show uses a video game or something.
Well, and at this point, I feel like the software should include a little thing that looks at the date. I mean, if like something like this apparently this YouTube video was up 7 years ago.
Yeah, 2009. February of 2009 was the upload date.
So what you're saying is that you can't put something in that says if it's within several years or if it's within several days, then maybe take a look at it.
But the difference is several years. I mean, good God.
Yeah, they need to implement something that says, okay, we copied this from them, and not to mention there's no apparently there's Family Guy and Fox didn't really give this guy any credit to begin with.
Well, I think Fox and Family Guy in general and companies in general, because the content ID system is just automatic, you just put your footage on there and have some preset settings. You don't it's not a real person look at it. It's the computer going, oh, this looks very similar. Copyright claim, strike. That's kind of the problem.
But another thing too, did they ever put like this video was taken from this YouTube page in their credits?
I don't even know. It probably doesn't even do that. But you can find that footage pretty much from multiple YouTubers. But either way, I mean, it's just, to me, just shows that the content ID system is just fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. I get the need for it, but this is kind of overkill.
Well, it helps prevent YouTube and Google from getting sued out of their ass from the movie and music industry. But there's got to be a point where you go, look, like technically speaking, neither party had the rights to the footage. To be quite honest, neither one of them are the original copyright holders.
Matter of fact, the original copyright holders were the ones that created the game to begin with.
Yeah, which either would have been Nintendo or some third-party developer at the time.
Who made Sega? Or was it Sega? Like the Dreamcast? Yeah, Sega. So it might either be Sega or Nintendo.
I'm going to look at this. Double Dribble NES. Who made that?
Well, NES, it's probably...
It was Konami.
Oh, okay. Oh, they're really bad with that, so that might have been...
Yeah, that if anybody was going to do that, I would have expected it to be Konami. Because fuck Konami. But yeah, Konami hates the YouTube video games, like videos. And they constantly copyright claim and put their own ads on the videos and make money from other people's work. Even like reviews. Like, I know a lot of people won't do reviews of Konami's games because of the way that they approach YouTube and United States copyright law. And same goes for Nintendo, because Nintendo does the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just seems like weird to me that Fox would claim a gaming video, when they don't even have the rights to do it.
Well, that and the fact that, they can't get their copyright claims right. At least, I wish there was kind of a way to make an exception. Like, we use this specific video, do not claim this.
There probably is. It's just how people set it up, and I don't know if the YouTube copyright ID system is actually like user friendly or not, because quite frankly, I've never dealt with it because of the content I create. Because it is video game related content, and I, technically speaking, do not own the rights. I'm just glad and fortunate enough that the developers are like, for the most part, are like, yeah, go use the game footage. We don't care. You know, you're playing the game, you're enjoying the game, and a lot of developers understand that, you know, YouTube videos can really sway people, can really get people to buy their games. It's free advertising. Unless you're a developer in Japan, and in that case, that kind of you got a fucked up view.
Well, then again, as we all have heard, or well, as we both know, because we both took the same classes, Japan's very, very conservative when it comes to new ideas. Like, they don't want to take risks like this. Ooh,
Right.
excuse me. And so this to them could be stealing, when in reality it's just giving them free press, because, you know, like you kind of said, I can watch the game, or I can watch the game being played by somebody else and go, oh, that looks like a game that I want to play.
Exactly. Like, there are people who play Call of Duty in the hopes of running into their favorite YouTubers, or getting to play the games, like if the YouTuber is streaming and, you know, they're having viewer games. There's a lot of people that like to play Call of Duty just for that possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and obviously there's people that enjoy the game and whatnot, but at the same time, it's like, you know, there is a point where, you know, that the YouTubers are big time influencers in sales. And a YouTuber can really make your day or break your day. If you look at examples like Total Biscuit, he's had multiple and Jim Sterling as well. They've had multiple companies try to claim their videos. Not legit claims, because all their videos typically fall under fair use, under the fair use doctrine of U.S. copyright law, because most of them are gaming reviews and, you know, stuff that, you know, we've been doing for years, but with this new YouTube thing, it's starting to, like, kind of, I don't know, like, become weird and starting to run into a gray area. But as for criticism and reviews, you know, these guys were perfectly fine. But we have seen in the past that these YouTubers in particular have gotten copyright strikes in attempts to censor their opinions, because Total Biscuit with the gay ones, Gary's incident, which is weird we called it that. But he got his video taken down. It was later restored a couple weeks later. But his video got taken out because it was one of the most viewed. It was one of the highest on the search rank, and he was very, very critical of the game. Like, negative review for sure. The developer didn't like it, took it down out of spite. And that developer, everyone sees them as a developer to not buy from, because they try to censor negative criticism. Same thing with Jim Sterling, him and Digital Homicide, which is a small indie dev team of like 2 people maybe. but Digital Homicide is now taking Jim Sterling to court, last I knew.
Ooh.
Because of for like defamation or something, when
boy.
he was for reviews he did of games that they kept publishing. And I don't know, it just seems like, you know, with between that and content ID system, I don't know, it just, to me, oh god, I've been rambling now, what the fuck. You just been letting me go too.
Yeah. I figured I talked enough, like, recently, so...
Yeah.
You know, hell with it. Plus, that gave me some opportunity to clean up my room a little bit, because the Kobe's that I missed.
God. But yeah, I don't know. To me, this just is a pure example of how shit content ID is on YouTube. You got any thoughts on this, AJ? Just
well, since I'm not a big YouTuber yet, but
you're not even a YouTuber technically.
Yeah, technically I kind of am, because I do appear on YouTube videos. I'm just not on my own channel.
Right.
Even though I try and produce 53 gigabytes worth of
Yeah.
video.
Have you gone through that and tried to figure that shit
Yeah,
out?
I think I know what happened. I think I didn't cut it out originally, and it just basically put all of them together and created a super video, which was not what I wanted at all.
Yeah, we gotta get you to a point where you can like render those videos and have
Well,
some
I'm probably gonna wind up buying uh, uh,
the
the
software.
program. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, yeah, I feel like I feel like this was kind of a just a weird. I'm not producing words that forms a coherent thought.
This was kind of a weird situation.
Yeah,
It kind of exposed another weakness of it, I feel.
yeah. Which to be fair, you have to show that there is a weakness and show the weaknesses before you can get a perfect product. And this is kind of one way of doing so, because nobody probably thought that a TV show would just use uncut footage from a YouTube video and put it on their own show. Nobody would think of that.
Yeah, and for all we know, it may not have been from a YouTube video either. Maybe, well, at this point, it probably had to have been.
Yeah, because it was a shot for shot exact.
Yeah,
it was exact. So
yeah, but I mean, it could be like other. There could be other videos that are very similar that the content ID system was like, boom, you're done.
yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I think this was just kind of a thing where they at least they fixed it and put it back. Because otherwise they could have said, well, too bad, so sad, get the hell out of here. But
I wonder if. Do you think Fox got the licensing from Konami to do it?
Oh no, they didn't. I guarantee they didn't.
Oh yeah, I bet they didn't, because Konami could have a claim on them for that. Because they don't even let the whole the YouTube thing slide. I mean, technically, really though, I feel like Family Guy probably would win and Fox would win just because Fair Use Doctrine would probably prevail for them.
And not to mention, they could argue that they made fun of it.
Yeah,
and
it is transformative in that respect.
Yeah, because Peter was not intentionally not playing fair. So
yeah, it was the whole story. Bit. It was a bit.
Yeah. So in that respect, yeah, I can get that. I can fall on board with that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. This kind of situation just seemed a little screwed up for me. And it just, and I'm going to say it again, it just seems like it just shows the weakness of YouTube's content ID system, and just shows that, we do have to face bullshit on a daily basis with our content claims.
Yep. Hang on a second.
Up, and there goes AJ having to cough or sneeze or do something stupid. Who knows? But now it's turned to the Woolly Show. The Woolly Show. AJ's probably just muted now to listen to me do this bullshit. Yep, he's still silent. AJ, are you okay, buddy? AJ? Ay.
Okay, I'm back. I apologize for that.
Did you have to mansplain something?
Oh, probably, yeah.
What happened? Coughing fit?
No, Mom came in and had to ask me a question, so. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't exactly say, no, go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
or say to see you next Tuesday. Wow. I can't exactly say that.
Yeah, you can't exactly say that. No. That might just be a subtitle to the... Oh, God. I will not do that, but... Jesus. Oh, God. But, you got any final thoughts on this whole thing? Just how fucked up it is?
I think in order to make a stronger YouTube censoring thing, this sort of thing needed to happen, and I'm kind of glad it did. Yeah. Unfortunately, it wasn't like a major YouTuber too, so because then that would have been a big problem.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, this just seems I don't think this was abuse on Fox's part. I think this is just a screw up with the content ID system, because it is automatic, it is algorithm based. It's, and they're going to protect Fox more than they will protect their own creators. So, because unfortunately that's the way content ID is dealt with. But
at least it all got fixed in the end.
Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, Fox, get your own game footage, fuckers. It's not that hard. It's for you guys, it's not that expensive, all right? Get a capture card. It'll cost you the realm of $180 to $200.
Or hell, even just say, you know what, we'll pay a famous YouTuber like $30 an hour to create this or whatever,
Yeah, or pay,
it's not that hard.
Pay for licensing or something. Like,
do something other than ripping it.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I mean, hell, if we gripped and ripped, then we'd have a big fight on our hands. But if they grip and rip, they're fine. The hell.
But I mean, it's so easy to record your own gaming footage nowadays. Hell,
yeah.
Xbox One and PS4 now have their own little capturing within their own system. If you play on PC, you have free software like OBS, like we're using to record the podcast right now, or you got XSplit if you want to pay a monthly fee to get premium features. But there are tools out there that you can use to get your own footage. It's just knowing how to use it and knowing where to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, that story was kind of a little fucked up. And I think I actually want to stop it there because we have been going for an hour and a half, and it's...
Yeah, it's almost perfect.
Yeah, it's almost 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we were going to talk about that whole overtime thing with that I guess Obama's trying to propose or something, but I mean, it's a meh topic, so we'll throw that out.
And it's not really an entertaining topic either.
Not like Notch throwing out the old "see you next Tuesday."
How many times have you said "see you next Tuesday"?
A lot, because I love. That's my favorite acronym, or that's my favorite whatever the hell it's called for an acronym like that. Or it's not really an acronym, but making an acronym out of a word that isn't.
Making a phrase.
Yes.
God. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it there, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the short episode, but timing and bullshit.
No, but hey, it's entertaining. It's entertaining. So yeah,
Next week we could go longer because next week is Memorial Day weekend.
Not to mention we can actually plan out ahead of time and
to mention if we have to record on Sunday, Monday I have the day off, so won't matter. And you'll probably still be unemployed at this point.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
This area's economy, unless I move somewhere, which isn't going to be impossible at the moment.
Well, unfortunately, you're going to have to move at some point, though.
I know.
There's nothing for you there.
Or find a piddly ass job.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, guys, we're going to get out of here. AJ, you want to promote your Twitter or whatever?
Dr. Phil Dr. _ Phil 314. It's an old high school joke, but
Yep.
Or it's an old high school name, rather, but same thing, I guess.
And as for me, guys, you know the drill. Follow me at LilWooly618 on Twitter. You can also hit the subscribe button and get all the uploads that come onto this channel. Go back to the last video I uploaded. It's a Loot Crate unboxing. I'm sure you guys will enjoy that, if you're even still here. But anyway, guys, we're going to get out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Peace out.